are faces I remember. It's so gorgeous to see you all. Welcome everyone on Facebook. Welcome everyone here in the big Zoom room. It's the Daily Antidote of Song. With huge gratitude from Carpe Diem Arts, it's so beautiful to see you. Hello to everybody here. Good morning, Joe and Wendy Luella. Hello, Stacy in Kingston, Ontario. Hello, Becky in BC. Hello, Bronwyn and Deli and Lorianne and friends. Hello, Marcia D. Hello, Susan. Hello, Suzanne in Ithaca, New York. Hello, I believe it's Aloysius. Still tuning in, I'll come back to you. Hello, Jean Carr and Elizabeth. Hello, Shannon and Nancy and Al playing guitar. Oh, I bet that sounds so gorgeous where you are. Hello, Deborah in Kentucky, our lovely friend at Oat. Oh, good morning, Dennis, our loving colleague. And Phil in Totnes and Maud in Santa Barbara. Hello, Mabel and Bob. Hello, Cathy in Virginia and Joni and Jaden. Hello, Arlene Baxter. Hello, Linda and Carolyn and Meg Ryan. Could it be the Meg Ryan? What a great name. Lovely to have you here. Oh, hello, Curly Tops, all of you. Big greetings from us in Victoria. Hello, Janie and Sheila and Kate. Hello, Sandy and Susan in Seattle. Good to see you here, Pat, Christine and Bob. Good morning, Sarah and Bonnie in Boise. Hello, Fred and Carolyn and LMG and Darla. Hello, Gary Pausner. I'm changing screens. Let me get reoriented here so I can greet you all properly. Oh, I found Amanda and Miles. I'm so glad you're here too. Hello, Sherry. Good morning, Anne and Annette. Hello, Lynn and Cliff in Vermont and Lude in Victoria. Good morning, Ralph and Penny. Hello, Storm. I wonder where you get all your fantastic hats. Hello, Jane in Texas and Lisa in Clarksville and Cathy Sage and Kat Cox in Vermont. Hello, Ruth in Birmingham, England. Isn't it awesome how we have so many people from all over the place? Hello, Busy Graham and Brian and Hindi. Good morning, Paula. Hello, Jamie Dundas. Hello, Nicole and Sandy and Fred. That's possibly everyone here. It's so great to share these singing times on the Daily Antidote of Song. Welcome, everyone. What a beautiful community we have here. And it delights us to introduce a new friend of ours, Wendy Luella Perkins, who is living in Kingston, Ontario. And it's thanks to these strange times that we even met Wendy Luella because of her soulful singing online. Dick and I had certainly heard of Wendy Luella because of this song resource. If you happen to be connected with any Unitarian community, number 1010 which is "Oh We Give Thanks," happens to be a song written by Wendy Luella, and a beautiful song of gratitude. Then when her name popped up again online, somebody shared this gorgeous song, gorgeous meditative seasonal song, "What Am I Rushing To?" And it melted our hearts. And then we brought it to this space, and it appeared to have melted your hearts too. So we decided that we've got to get to know this incredible person, and we dropped into her soulful singing. So Wendy, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Zoom room and the Daily Antidote of Song. And we're excited that you'll be sharing your soulful singing with us here.
Oh, Cathy and Dick, it's just really, I'm really grateful to be here with you. And wow, I'm just moved by your welcome. And I had to bring one of these just when I heard that welcome. It really, really stirred my heart, and seeing faces and names, and hearing faces and names spoken out loud of people I know, people I'm meeting for the very first time in this moment, really is nourishing. So thank you.
Ah, you're so welcome. Yeah. And that sense of nourishment through music is why this community gathers. And we were saying earlier, just in the before we opened the doors, how singing got a pretty bad rap for this pandemic. We heard about some of those dangerous things associated with singing, and yet we all know that singing had to continue. It's that vital and important. And it's been so sustaining and a life-giving gift. And Wendy, we know in your life you got your singing start early. Can you tell us, before we launch into your song, I know you're going to let the spirit move you, but you got an early start in life with singing. Can you tell us a little bit about that early start, maybe some of your early influences?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. I think that I would say that my earliest, and I don't actually remember this, but my family remembers this. And you know how family stories
Yeah.
that can be told, and then it becomes like it's almost like your memory because it's been told so much. And so the what was told about my very early singing experiences were that I have 5 older brothers, and one of my brothers, Tim, who's about 5 years older than me, it was a Friday afternoon at school, and every Friday afternoon they had show and tell. And people would bring rock collections, and like maybe stuffy. Maybe if you have a stuffy close, you could show us your favorite stuffy even right now. Or something that you'd collected. Anyway, so my brother Tim brought something very special to him to show and tell, and it was his little sister, Wendy Lou. And so he brought me when I was about 2.5 or 3 and said, "This is my sister, Wendy Lou. Listen to her sing." And so I guess this is what I sang. I sang "Me and My Teddy Bear," and I sang, because my mother taught me all kinds of sad songs. I think I sang, "Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams." And I kept singing, and then they said, "Oh, thank you so much, Wendy Luella. That's great." And then they asked me to stop singing and to pull me aside, and I had a complete tantrum, which was, "You are not stopping me. I have more songs."
That's beautiful. Keep them going.
Yeah, more songs, and yes, we'll share more about your prolific song collections that you've got. But for now, what are you inspired to bring us this morning?
Well, this is so interesting. I want to say, first of all, that the song that I'm going to offer today, I am trusting the moment, and I'm going to sit just quietly for a minute or two or a few seconds and see what the song is that I feel like is the one to share in this moment. And and then whatever song it is, because the kind of singing that I do is called soulful singing, it's singing as a meditative practice. I'm just going to invite people to sink into the song in whatever way makes sense for them. It could be that you close your eyes, it could be that you get up and dance, it could be that you lie down and fall asleep and listen. It could be that you're finishing breakfast, starting breakfast, eating lunch, finishing dinner. And so just to trust the moment, and trust yourself in the song. So, and this is crocheted, just saying. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget, how singing together nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget, how singing together nourishes, holds me in its nest. How singing together nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget, how singing together nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. Trees, how trees nourish, hold me in their nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. Hugging, how hugging nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. Dancing, how dancing nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. Dogs, how dogs nourish, hold me in their nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. Friends, how friends nourish, hold me in their nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget. The earth, how the earth nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget.
Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget, how singing together nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget, how seeing each other nourishes, holds me in our nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget.
Yes, now I remember, though sometimes I forget, how quiet nourishes, holds me in its nest. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget. Yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself. Forget.
You asked him
Now
about.
I remember.
Forgive myself for when I do forget.
Yes,
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 now I
I remember. Forgive myself for when I do forget.
yes, yes, now I
And forgive myself for when I do.
yes, yes, now I remember, and forgive myself for when I do forget.
Thank you, Wendy Luella. That was lovely.
Sometimes breathing is all we need.
And a good cry.
Oh, of course, yes.
And a good laugh. Yeah.
And all of it.
Thank you for leading us through.
Oh, thank you for joining in too. Was so delighted to hear your voices and all the other voices in the song as well. It was beautiful.
Now, Wendy, if people want to tell us how people can join you or hear you, because I know there's many opportunities and many sources.
Yeah, well, so not unlike the Daily Antidote of Song, I have been leading soulful singing meditation for all online since March 20th, 2020. And I've been doing soulful singing, this kind of singing meditation that we shared this morning, actually since 2002. I started that in 2002. And so I've had many in-person groups over the years. I'm getting a lot of sunshine now. I got sunshine. I'm going to move a little bit on a cloudy day, but it's a sunny day here in Kingston. Anyway, so I've been offering that in person. And then, like so many of us, when the pandemic first started, for us, for wherever you are, but here in Kingston, it really happened, I guess, on March 13th. And I had a group that met in my living room on the 12th. And then everything locked down here in Ontario on the 13th. And I remember thinking, wow, that means I'm not going to be able to sing next week. That's the first thing I thought, to be honest with you. Wow, that means I'm not going to be able to sing next week with people. And I knew people were scared, and I was scared, and so much was uncertain. And I am so not a technically oriented person, and I think I've avoided a lot of technology for a long time. I'm not on Facebook. I do not own a smartphone, etc. But there was just something in my heart that was like, well, we're going to have to sing next week. And so I had my regular groups. I had a group that was based at Queen's University because I was working as a chaplain there at the time. So that was the Wednesday group. And then I had my regular Thursday night group, both on Zoom. And I thought really that I would continue with those two groups on Zoom. And then I just was like, something called from deep in me that said, well, why don't you start a daily group? Like, people are all in their homes. Like, people are not going even outside for a walk at that point. Let's just start a daily group on Friday morning at 9:00 in the morning. And maybe some people will come to that. And it would, and I could hold that for a couple weeks just in this period of so much uncertainty. So that was back in March 20th, 2020, and people came for that first morning session, and people have been coming every day ever since. So I have this singing meditation practice. There are some people here that are here at the Antidote of Song for the very first time, who are folks that I sing with on a pretty much daily basis. So basically in that practice, we have 45 minutes of singing and silence, pretty much singing and silence. And then some people stay on for a listening and sharing time, but you can come and just come for the singing, or come for the singing and the part of the listening and sharing time. All the songs are done by ear, like the one that we just did. They're simple songs. We sink into the song so that we feel it really in our bodies. So anybody here that's here, or any of your beloveds that you think would enjoy this or benefit from this, are welcome to come to that gathering, those gatherings. So I put the link in there that has the links, the information. Also, if you want to be in contact with me, my email address is there. I also do other things. So people invite me to their communities, and
Let's also mention, for those who are in a time zone that would work better for this, Thursday evening,
yes,
Eastern time, which is a nice mid-afternoon on the West Coast. You have Thursdays 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you.
Lovely to join in.
And again, I am a Unitarian Universalist minister, a community minister. This is my ministry. Singing is my ministry. Singing meditation is my ministry. And I also, people invite me to their communities and congregations, and I'm delighted to be part of that. So feel free to invite me to share this kind of song with your communities.
Thank you, Wendy Luella. And I must say that I was actually a little scared to check out one of the things you do because it's on TikTok. And that was something that I was almost like scared to ever check out. So I found a way to get in so I could see, well, what is Wendy Luella doing on TikTok? So tell us a little about that, and then we'll revisit some.
Sure. Well, I guess, one of my deep goals, because I've written hundreds and hundreds of these little songs that we sang today, so I have a lot of them. And I have a deep intention, like, for what my purpose is here on earth. And one of those is using the power of these small songs as medicine, as healing, as ways that we connect with ourselves and one another, ways that we remember what is deeply important to us, and that these songs might become companions to us. And I know that songs are companions to me. And so, but I'm not shy, but I'm hesitant about the whole internet world for all kinds of reasons. And but one of my real goals for my life really is to share these songs more broadly. The safest place for a song is in someone's heart and sung on some, like, to me, that is the thing, is to share these songs so they maybe one of them might resonate with somebody, and that they become a companion for that person. And so one of the soulful singers, Keith, said to me, well, why don't you put your songs on TikTok? And I was like, okay. And so basically most of what's on the TikTok of my songs are me singing the songs, and a way for you to sing along with me anytime you need to, and for you to hopefully, might resonate with one of those songs and make it become in your playlist, right? That it becomes inside of you, and that you draw upon that song. And I think the other thing about TikTok too is the invitation for people to duet with you in a really fun way. So if you like one of those songs, you can duet with me and do your version of the song, singing along with me, which is a very sweet kind of I think of it as non-performative, more like we're creating a happening together. So that's why I chose the TikTok. The TikTok, you see, I'm so trendy and hip. I call it the TikTok.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, thank you for asking about that, though.
Yeah. Well, I could imagine spending an entire day soulfully singing with you, Wendy Luella. But for now, can we revisit that, and then we'll be singing people out of the room shortly. But it's just such a gorgeous thing. Or unless there was another super quick one, but that's in us. I will.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the Spirit's calling. Let's see what the Spirit's saying here. This is the one that's coming. Love is a choice I make. Love is the path I take. Love, love, love is a choice I make. Love is a choice I make. Love is a choice I make. Love is the path I take. Love is the path I take. Love, love, love is a choice I make. Song. Song is a choice I make. Song is the path I take. Song, song, song is a choice I make. Vulnerability is a choice I make. Vulnerability is the path I take. Vulnerability vulnerability, vulnerability. Vulnerability is a choice I make. Being here is a choice I make. Being here is the path I take. Being here is a choice I make. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
La la
La
la
la
la Wow. What a beautiful choice to make. What a beautiful song choice to sing us out with. Thank you, Wendy Luella. And I'm so glad people now know how they can experience more of your songs and yet more singing in community.
I wanted to say that I will stay on afterwards. I know that I'll be staying on afterwards if anybody wants to connect too. So
Wonderful. Thank
Great.
you. Yeah. And a reminder to anyone who happens to be new here, yes, do stick around because we want to make sure we've got your contact information so you can keep coming back and keep sharing music with all of us here and with Wendy. So we will sing us all out. I'm going to make sure we're back on gallery view.
Have we
So I
missed
can-
anything, Joe?
See everyone.
Nope. Here we go.
Here we go. All these beautiful faces we'll all remember. Oh, goodbye, and have a fabulous rest of your day. Goodbye, Joe. Goodbye, Wendy Luella. Oh, my heart is full. I'm sure everyone else's is here too. Goodbye, Stacy, also in Kingston. Goodbye, Becky and Deli. Lorianne, that's right. And Suzanne G and Aloysius. I'm so glad you are here and driving safely wherever you are. Goodbye, Elizabeth. Goodbye, Shannon. Goodbye, Nancy. Goodbye, Al. Oh, I'm sure your guitar sounds awesome. Goodbye, Deborah. Goodbye, Dennis. Goodbye, Phil in Totnes. Give Roz Walker a hug when you meet her. Goodbye, Mabel and Jaden and Arlene. Goodbye, Linda Rose. Goodbye, Caroline in Winter. Goodbye, every single one of the beautiful curly tops. Goodbye, Janie. Goodbye, Sheila in Florida. Goodbye, Kate in Charlottesville. Goodbye, Sandy. Goodbye, Susan in Seattle. Goodbye, Pat. Goodbye, Christine and Bob. Goodbye, Sarah and Bonnie. Goodbye, Fred in Silver Springs. I think that's it. Goodbye, Carolyn and Lynn and Darla. Goodbye, Gary. Goodbye, Amanda and Miles. Goodbye, Sherry and Anne in Nashville. I love your creature. Not sure what it is. Oh, it's a sweet little cozy penguin. Goodbye, Annette. Goodbye, Lynn and Cliff in Vermont. Goodbye, Luda. I love the way you always share a heart. Goodbye, Ralph. Goodbye, Penny. I love your dancing. Goodbye, Storm and that golden hat. Goodbye, Jane in Texas. Goodbye, Lisa Eason in Clarksville. Goodbye, Cat Cox and that beautiful owl. I am getting reoriented here. Goodbye, Busy Graham. Goodbye, Brian and Hindi. Goodbye, Paula. I'm so glad you're such a faithful singer, Jamie Dundas in Victoria. Goodbye, Fred. Goodbye, Cricket and I think it's an anteater. I don't know if I've ever seen a stuffy anteater. It's sweet. Goodbye, Robert. Goodbye, Johnny Harper. Goodbye, Diane. This happens every day, and if you really loved any particular session, they are kept for posterity on a Facebook page. Thank you all for being here.